Have you ever sat there on the couch trying to watch TV or fall asleep, and all you can hear is that same sound over and over again? Scratch, scratch, scratch. Your dog just itching and itching and itching, and no matter what you do, nothing seems to stop it. You've tried the oatmeal shampoo. You've tried changing the food. Maybe you've even taken them to the vet and spent way more money than you wanted to. And still, here you are, watching your poor dog chew at their paw or rub their face against the carpet like it's the only thing giving them relief. It's exhausting for you, and honestly, it's exhausting for them too. What if I told you that the real fix for most chronic itching isn't some expensive medication or a special shampoo at all? It's something so simple, so overlooked, that most pet owners walk right past it every single day without even realizing it's sitting right there in their own home. You're probably thinking, okay, come on, doctor. Vital, is that really true? There's no way something that simple could fix a problem this frustrating. And I get it. I really do. If it were that easy, wouldn't everyone already know about it? But yes, it really is true. And what I'm about to share with you isn't just something I picked up from a random blog. This is backed by real clinical experience and actual veterinary dermatology research, the kind of science that vets like me study specifically to help dogs like yours stop suffering. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Vital, and welcome back to the channel. Now before we dive in, let me hit you with something that might genuinely shock you. In my years of clinical practice, I would estimate that almost 70% of the itching cases I see in dogs are never actually caused by fleas or food allergies at all, even though that's the first thing most owners assume. Most of the time, it's something environmental, something related to the skin barrier itself, and it's something that can be managed at home with consistency, not with a $200 vet bill every single month. And listen, if you didn't know this already, that does not make you a bad pet parent. Please don't sit there feeling guilty, thinking you should have caught this sooner. Most owners don't know this because most of this information never makes it out of veterinary offices and into everyday conversation. So go ahead, grab a pen and a notebook if you have one nearby, because today I'm going to walk you through exactly what's actually happening under your dog's skin when they itch. The everyday habits that might be making it worse without you realizing it. And then I'm going to give you specific, simple methods with exact amounts and frequency that you can start using as early as tonight to bring your dog some real relief. So let's start right at the root of it. Literally, your dog's skin has a protective barrier. Think of it like a brick wall, where the skin cells are the bricks and the natural oils and fats in the skin are the mortar holding everything together. When that mortar breaks down from things like dry air, harsh soaps, or even just seasonal changes, moisture escapes and irritants get in, and that's what triggers the itch-scratch cycle. Here's the actionable piece. A lot of owners are unintentionally stripping that mortar away every single time they bathe their dog with the wrong products. If you're bathing your dog more than once every 2 to 3 weeks with regular human shampoo or an overly harsh pet shampoo, you are likely drying out that skin barrier further. Switch to an oatmeal-based, fragrance-free dog shampoo and limit baths to once every 2 to 3 weeks, unless your vet has told you otherwise for a specific skin condition. Just be careful here. Overbathing, even with a gentle shampoo, can still cause problems, so more is not always better. Now let's move to the next one, because this next mechanism surprises almost every owner I talk to. Dogs, just like us, can develop what's called environmental sensitivity, basically a mild allergic reaction to things like pollen, dust mites, or mold spores that are floating around in your house or yard. This isn't the same as a full-blown allergy that causes swelling or vomiting. It's more subtle, showing up as itchy paws, itchy ears, and a dog who's constantly licking their feet like they just stepped in something. Here's the actionable tip for this one. After your dog comes in from outside, especially during high pollen seasons, wipe down their paws and belly with a damp microfiber cloth. This takes less than a minute, and it physically removes the allergens before they get absorbed through the skin or licked into their mouth. Do this consistently, every single time they come inside for at least 2 weeks, and you will likely start to notice a real difference. Just remember, if your dog's paws are red, swollen, or have an odor, that's beyond a simple allergy, and you'll want to get that checked by a vet before continuing home care alone. Now here's something even more important, and this is actually the piece that connects to the promise I made in the thumbnail of this video, when I said we could stop your dog's endless itching with one simple fix. That fix is your dog's diet, specifically the balance of omega fatty acids they're getting every day. Omega-3 fatty acids act almost like an internal moisturizer for the skin, helping to repair that protective barrier we talked about earlier from the inside out, rather than just treating the surface. Most commercial dry dog foods are heavily loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, which actually promote inflammation, while being fairly low in the omega-3s that calm inflammation down. So here's the specific tip. Add about 1,000 milligrams of fish oil, or roughly 1 teaspoon of a liquid omega-3 supplement formulated specifically for dogs, into their food once daily. Within about 4 to 6 weeks, many owners start to notice softer, less flaky skin and noticeably reduced scratching. But please, don't just grab any fish oil off your own kitchen shelf. Human supplements can have different concentrations and sometimes added ingredients like xylitol in flavored versions, which is toxic to dogs, so always use a product made specifically for pets and check with your vet on dosage if your dog is on any other medication. Let's move to the next one, because I also want to talk about something that's incredibly common but rarely gets addressed: the fabric your dog sleeps on every single night. If your dog's bed hasn't been washed in weeks, or if it's made from synthetic material that traps heat and moisture, it can become a breeding ground for the exact allergens and bacteria that are triggering that nighttime scratching you're probably noticing the most. Here's the tip. Wash your dog's bedding once a week in hot water, at least 130 degrees Fahrenheit if the fabric allows it, using a fragrance-free detergent. Heat helps kill dust mites and bacteria that regular washing at lower temperatures might miss. Just be mindful of your dog's specific bed material. Some memory foam or specialty orthopedic beds can't handle hot water without breaking down. So always check the manufacturer's care instructions first, so you're not accidentally ruining an expensive bed. Now, let's talk about something that ties directly into all of this: hydration and humidity in your own home. Dry indoor air, especially during colder months when the heating is running constantly, pulls moisture directly out of your dog's skin, the same way it dries out your own skin and lips in winter. This is one of the most overlooked contributors to chronic itching, because owners assume it must be food or fleas, when really, the air itself is part of the problem. The actionable tip here is simple. Run a humidifier in the main area where your dog spends most of their time, keeping indoor humidity somewhere between 40 and 50%. You can get an inexpensive hygrometer, which is just a small humidity gauge, to actually track this instead of guessing. Just remember, too much humidity can create its own issues, encouraging mold growth in the home, so don't overcorrect. That 40 to 50% range is really the sweet spot you're aiming for. Let's move into one more piece, because this next one is something I really wish more owners knew about, and it goes back to that skin barrier we discussed earlier. There's a specific technique called the soak and seal method that veterinary dermatologists often recommend for dogs with recurring dry, itchy skin. It sounds fancy, but it's actually incredibly simple. Right after a bath, while your dog's skin is still slightly damp, apply a thin layer of a vet-approved moisturizing balm or coconut oil to the driest areas, like the paw pads, elbows, and belly. The idea is that the moisture gets sealed into the skin rather than evaporating away, which happens if you wait until they're completely dry to add anything. Do this once after each bath, using just a small amount. About a quarter teaspoon is plenty for a medium-sized dog, and gently massage it in. The caveat here is important. Some dogs can be sensitive to certain oils, and too much coconut oil in particular can cause loose stools if your dog licks it off excessively. So start with a very small amount and watch how their skin and their stomach responds over the first week. Now, as we start bringing all of this together, I do want to be honest with you about something because I think it's important, and this is really responsible advice rather than just a warning to scare you. Please don't try to implement every single one of these methods all at once tonight, in one big, overwhelming overhaul. Your dog's skin and their body need time to adjust, and if you change the food, the shampoo, the bedding, and add supplements all in the same week, you won't actually know which change is helping and which one might be causing a new reaction. Instead, pick one or two of these to start with, maybe the paw wiping and the omega-3 supplement. Give it about 2 to 3 weeks and then layer in the next method if you're not seeing enough improvement. And second, I need you to genuinely hear this. If your dog's itching is severe, if there's hair loss, open sores, a strong odor, redness that's spreading, or if they seem to be in real distress rather than just mild discomfort, please don't rely on home methods alone. That is your sign to get an actual in-person vet visit, because at that point, we could be dealing with a bacterial infection, a parasite, or a more serious allergy that genuinely needs prescription treatment, and waiting too long on home remedies alone can let a manageable issue turn into something much harder to treat. So to bring this all together, chronic itching in dogs is almost never just one single cause, but it usually comes down to that skin barrier being compromised, whether that's from overbathing, environmental allergens, poor diet, dry indoor air, or a combination of all of it. And the beautiful thing is, most of what we talked about today doesn't require anything expensive or complicated. It just requires a little consistency and the right knowledge, which is exactly what I hope this video just gave you. I really want to know from you, which one of these are you going to try first with your dog tonight, the paw wiping, the omega-3s, or the soak and seal method? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I genuinely love to hear how your dog is doing. And if this video helped you even a little bit, do me a favor and hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe, because I've got so many more of these practical, no-nonsense vet tips coming your way every single week. Until next time, give your itchy pup a little extra scratch behind the ears from me. You're doing better than you think, and so are they.